Okay, guys, here we are. Corpse Party, once again. Last time, we just received the third ghost's tongue. So yeah, we are going to give this third ghost its tongue. Hopefully, we'll be on chapter 5 before we, finish. Well, before we finish off this episode. I don't know if this will be a two-parter yet. By the end of the episode, I'll decide on if I want to do a two-parter episode or just stick with the singular. We will find that out after. Come on, I got the last tongue. Take it. Get it back. Get it back. This girl's missing an eye. All we've got is a tongue. Is this going to be enough? What do we do? Pull out the tongue bag. We can try. And pant, hick, sob, cry. Don't cry. The girl lowers her head and begins rocking slowly back and forth. Yuki Kano? This is for you. It is yours, isn't it? Offer the spirit Yuki's tongue. Hey, you. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Thank God. Is she gonna puke again? We did it. We did it, Shinozaki. All three of them. All that's left is the girl in the No more. Every time I talk to these ghosts, I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to death myself. Don't you have any idea what that's like? I keep picturing how I look when I'm dead, and I'm not even trying. It just pops into my head, all on its own. And it's such a horrible image. I want to go home. I just want to go home. Back to my mom and my sister. And Makoto. Shinozaki. Alright, next one is mine then. Okay? So just try to pull yourself to... What? God damn it! Oh, God damn it, not again. I was right. This one's big too. I think it's the close spaces combining together. That's my guess. Whoa. The book. Ooh. Oh. Shit. Oh, what do we do with a Klondike bar? Was I knocked out? I'm supposing so. Based on your, where am I? Whoa! We back! Looks like... Is this our classroom? No fooling? No, this can't be right. Shinozaki! Something's up. Hey, wake up! Dot. She's breathing. At least. Shinozaki, come on, wake up already! Kishinuma? Jesus, you are having a rough go, girl. Huh? What? Take a look around you. I can hardly believe it myself. But here we are. No way. We're back For real? Is this really our school? It really is. Check it out. Here's my desk. How can you tell? Mine too. It's right here. I can't believe it. Nah, this is not right. It's true. Yeah, we made it. We're home. We're home. Fuck yeah. Suck on that, world. Yeah, that might have been a boo-boo. Yeah, something's up. Because not everyone's here. 10:27. Culture Festival is in full swing. Let's sell up some red bean soup like there's no tomorrow. Day duty. Namora Takanamagi. This is not great. I never thought I'd live to see home again. Sometimes we can't get out. The needle on the clock in the hall is pointing to 8, and there's not a soul in sight. Okay. Guess there's no Satoshi, or Miss Yui, or anyone else, huh? Okay. Yeah, something tells me we're not back. The shelves are filled with personal effects belonging to classroom 2-9, primary and assistant teachers. Miss Yui even has some cans of cat food in here. I'm not sure that's the sort of thing she would be storing in a classroom, though. Guess there's no Satoshi or Miss Yui or anyone else, huh? We're collecting to buy a banquet of flowers for our dear friend Suzumi, who will be leaving us for a new school after the festival. 300 yen per person. Contact Ayumi Shinozaki for payment. Let's talk to her again. Okay. So she's just happy. Okay. What do we do in this room? Hello? Game? Can I do anything in the game? Can I not, you know? The shelves, personal effects. Guess there's no Satoshi or anything. That's just... Venturing out, in search for others, you find that even the janitor has likely gone home. The lights are out, and the halls are pitch black. Only the red glow of the light next to the fire extinguisher offers any respite for the quaint, quiet darkness of the school hallway. Standing around in the darkened corridors of our school building at 8 o'clock in the evening just feels so surreal. Something's not right. As the thunder and rain grow in intensity, the windows begin to condensate with moisture, turning white in contrast to the corridor's sea of black. Oh. Is this reality? Was everything up until now just a dream? No, brother, where am I right now? And what am I doing? Yeah, something's up. Shinozaki, what's wrong? Oh, knew something was up. What? They're coming into their school. What the hell is this? It's not over, is it? I bet you all the closed space is closed, so now everything has to come into the real world. Shit. Why isn't it over? Why? Damn it. It's you. No. Go back. Don't come any closer. Whoa, that was loud. It was a rainy evening after school, just like this one. On the day I was kidnapped. I remember I had a fight with my mom that morning. Why is she telling us this? I have no idea. I didn't want to see her face. So after school, I decided that instead of going home, I'd park myself in the outdoor walkway for a little and watch the rain. That wasn't a good move. That's when Mr. Yoshikaze showed up. He sat down next to me. I told him all about my fight with Mom, and he listened really closely, and just kept saying, uh-huh, uh-huh. He was sick and couldn't speak much, you see, but he was a very kind man. I really liked him. But then... But then what? You two are nice people. I'm so sorry. She's so tiny, she must be 5th grader. Yuki Kano, right? Thank you for what you did back there. For making the effort to help those of us who were killed in that school. Didn't we succeed, though? So why are you still here? No, you didn't. But we returned your tongues, and we gave back your ability to speak out. And we even got your murderer to repent for what he did. Is it just that you can't forgive him, no matter what? Appeasing us isn't about forgiveness. It doesn't matter if we forgive or not. Repentance is between the criminal and the victim. It's a soul act capable of moving us. And we exist as fragments of a sacred ground upon which heavenly host is sealed. I believe that moving us is the best course of action. But it's not enough. His repentance just wasn't enough. That's crappy. So you're saying his words, the words spoken by the doll, weren't good enough to appease you? That's not... Huh? So, what, then? Why do you feel the need to trap one innocent stranger after another in that godforsaken place? Your child spirits are the ones who summoned us there, aren't you? No. That's not true. The hell do you mean by that? We're just the cogs that hold the closed spaces together. But you killed Tsushimoto, didn't you? Wait. Huh? Let's hear her out. Yeah, he's angry. I'm just glad I was able to get the two of you back to safety. Why the hell are you suddenly so concerned about us? I heard about a situation like this from my sister once. A lost soul whose life was ended violently and brutally, leaving her with a mountain of worries and regrets. It's kind of like stopping short at the edge of madness, with all sorts of thoughts and feelings swirling around in your head. Your kindly nature and your sudden hatred all panic begin to spin. All hatred and panic and begin to spin around and around, and you just start acting out without any sort of control. Your sister? Some kind of medium or something? Yeah, something like that. That's kinda cool. So what you're saying is, little girl and that creepy little girl, this little girl and that creepy little girl we met before are two sides of the coin? Same coin. Sorry. I feel for you. I really do. So please, please bring the rest of them back. Makoto, Miss Yui, everybody else too. Bring them all back home. I don't think she can. Come on, you can do it, right? I don't think that's possible anymore. Why not? Those closed spaces have eaten a lot of innocent souls, far too many, in fact. The grudges of those who died there have filled every last corner of them. There's no room left. And because the agony and pain has nowhere else to go, it's begun feeding on the minds of souls like us who are bound there. It won't be long before I turn back into a vengeful spirit who attacks people like you without mercy. Oh crap. So, we're going to lose you as an ally, then. So why don't you just hurry up and bring them home, right now? Isn't there any way for us to save Makoto and the others? There may be one way. What is it? I think you already know. You have to return to the closed spaces. Find all 4 of us Heavenly Host serial kidnapping and murder victims. And put us all to rest. Then the closed spaces won't have their cogs anymore, so they'll begin to fall apart. And you just might get your friends back. You expect us to go back? And this time, instead of just having one person left to appease, we have to go back to the drawing board and appease all 4 of you? Shit, man. Why couldn't you tell us the reason our previous efforts weren't good enough? What is there to hide? It's just something I don't want to remember, but if you really want to know, I'll tell you everything that happened. Tell me. Yuki's spirit gently took a hold of Yuma's hand. In an instant, their 2 beings seemed to merge together into a single mind. What's going? Oh my. That's not cool. Shishinozaki! It hurts! It hurts! Do we get to see what happened? I think so. Hopefully. Let's do this. Let's see what happened. Come on. Don't end it like that. Don't end it like that. Huh? What happened to me? Can we see what happened? Didn't I pass out? So why am I fully aware right now? I can't see a thing, and I can't move. It's like the feeling you get when you're really tired. Sleep paralysis, I think. I think we do get to see what happened. Where? Why can't I move? I think we're seeing the Shikoki Shinozaki, the little girl in the red dress, and the only survivor of the horrific murders that occurred in Heavenly Host Elementary School. Following the incident, Shikiko's family fled from the area, moving to another prefecture to escape the frightful memories that remained here. Strangely, however, I've been unable to locate any other records of the Shinosaki family. No matter where I look, the only information I can find about them comes from newspaper reports on the Heavenly Host murders. Granted, when an elementary school becomes the stage of a grisly incident such as this, perpetrated by none other than the principal's own son, it stands to reason that this scandal would serve as a primary focus for public interest, with all other details fading into the background. So of course, after learning that Sashiko was safe, further news of her whereabouts was largely ignored in favor of the media circus surrounding the school. But there's more to it than that. People weren't just uninterested in learning Sashiko's history or whereabouts. There was simply no data to be had. So Shikiko is kind of a mysterious person. I can't move my body because of sleep paralysis, I guess. But I can clearly see the room I'm in now. There's 1 boy and 2 girls in here, aside from myself. This is where the murders happened. I recognize them. They're the children who were killed in Heavenly Host during that incident, but they're still alive. Unfortunately, they're all bound, hand and foot, and just sprawled out on the floor, and so am I. That's the real reason I can't move. There's a man above you. Somebody please save me. That's the killer. He's ugly looking. Yoshikazu. Ugh. Ugh. No, stop. No, please no. Ease. No, I can't see. What went wrong with this guy? Now I'm blindfolded. I can't see a thing that's happening to me. And since my hands and feet are tied up, I can't remove the blindfold either. That just makes everything so much worse. I guess because I can't see, I begin to listen more intently. Oh my. Their helpless cries of the other children echo off the walls of the cramped room. I'm so scared, it feels like my head's going to explode. What are you doing to me? Why am I blindfolded? Untie me. Cut the ropes. I want to be able to use my hands and feet. Please. Please. I keep begging and pleading, but all I heard in response was the man walking away from me. In order. Okay? He's having a hard time. In order? What's he mean in order? Oh my god. Oh wow. I've never heard someone screaming like this before. It's pure primal terror, cutting through the air like a perfect sine wave. It's a boy at the end. It feels like he's been screaming for an eternity. I think he's being killed right now. My god, what the hell is he doing to him? No, no one deserves this. Why isn't God allowing him to fall unconscious so he doesn't have to suffer? My god. There's one. It's horrible. It's been at least a half hour now. The inhuman screams of the young boy being ripped apart from the inside have finally come to a halt. Oh my god. Without even a single moment of silence, the first of the girls in line is the next to scream for her life, and the symphony goes on. She died a lot quicker. That's horrible sounding. God, I can't take any more of this. I'm losing my mind. Stop it, stop it, stop it! My Christ. Is it still going on? Come on, just die already. Die already. God, what is wrong with me? You know what? I don't care. Just get it over with and leave me in peace. Oh my. Finally, after hearing a sound of it like a heavy object being dropped, the noises stopped and the room grew quiet again. Thump, thump, thump. Those footsteps are getting closer. All my hair standing at the end on end at this point. Everything below my stomach feels like it's frozen. I've suddenly been stricken with severe diarrhea. In order. God, why am I relieved by the silence? The kid next to me just died. Which means it's my turn now. Someone's got me by the hair. They're pulling my head up and taking off my blindfold, which means I get to see the face of my killer. The 4 missing children were found in a basement room at Heavenly Hills Elementary School, unused and officially sealed since the building's construction. When authorities entered, they were greeted with an inhumanely horrific sight. Based upon the evidence at hand, the murder weapon was determined to be a pair of large sewing scissors found in the hands of the accused. Investigators suspected some hesitation on the man's part. However, as the deceased victim's wounds did not indicate that his full strength had been used, nonetheless, he had clearly acted with extreme malicious intent. The official cause of death of the 3 murdered children has been listed as loss of blood flowing, removal of tongue. But the actual state of affairs was not quite so cynical, or clinical, nor even so pleasant, if you can believe it. The following details have been extracted from information previously unreleased to the public, or at least previously unreported by news outlets. These details of the crime are based on the official police testimony of Shikiko Shinozaki herself. Evidently, the victims were bound, blindfolded, and spaced out on the floor, then killed one by one. One was repeatedly stabbed in the abdomen with an unformidable pair of scissors, then had many of his internal organs forcefully dug out. His discarded innards were found partially buried beneath the earthen floor of the basement room. Another was stabbed in the head dozens upon dozens of times, such to an extent that all the flesh and bone above her jawline was essentially minced away. My Christ. With my blindfold removed, the sight that appeared before me was more horrific than anything I could possibly have imagined. The person staring back at me, brandishing a blood-soaked pair of sewing scissors, wasn't the large man from earlier at all. It was one of the children. What? The hell? It was a little girl. Her face dyed red with the blood of her victims. She was staring intently at me with soulless gray eyes, and then she just started giggling. Yoshikazu, he's kind of screaming. She was opening and closing her bloodied scissors over and over again, with that sound kept echoing through the room. Then she took those dull, rusty, thoroughly blood-soaked blades and slowly brought them closer and closer to my left eye. Oh my god. How? Why? Why is it you? Shikiko? No. 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 Oh my. The third victim was stabbed in the left eye, indeterminately number of times, until her eyeball became soup-like in consistency. She was eventually just left like that, slowly bleeding to death in horrible agony. Strangely, it was only after these malitions had already been inflicted that the killer went back and severed the victims' tongues. Learning the truth about these proceedings is shocking even to me. It makes it nearly impossible to accept the murderer as anything but a monster. And being witness to every moment of this was a 7-year-old girl named Shikiko. In many ways, she's the most pitiable and long-suffering of them all. But it was through her tearful, frightened testimony that Yoshikazu Yanagori was officially charged. And going back to the hunt for information on this unfortunate girl's whereabouts, it was her words that ultimately led to Yoshikazu's sentence. Therefore, it comes as no real surprise that sensitive information pertaining to her and her family would be withheld. That's to be expected. What's not expected, however, is that there's not even the slightest trace of information left to find. It's as if it simply never existed. Therefore, I cannot help but consider alternative possible explanations, and I remind you, this is mere conjecture. But one question keeps nagging at the back of my mind. Was Yoshikazu Yanagori really the murderer of the 3 victims? Is it possible the crime was not actually perpetrated by him at all? Think about it. In his final days, Yoshikazu was incapable of communicating with others through speech. And despite his childlike revision, he'd always been personally a friendly man. As the saying goes, he wouldn't even hurt a fly. All his relatives, friends, and neighbors confirmed as much, shocked to hear that such a kindly man could commit these considerable atrocities. He certainly had no motive for the crime. Either there was nothing for him to gain from it. Then again, he may simply have lost his mind. Look at his father. It was around the same time that Principal Takamine Yanagori suddenly became speaking in tongues and acting in the most peculiar way, not to mention scribbling incomprehensible gibberish all over the walls, as if possessed. He seemed frightened of someone, and would often be found crouching in the corner of his office, moaning and thrashing when visitors came by. Guys, this is going to be a 2-parter. I'm gonna continue right off. There's gonna be no break for me, but it has to be a 2-parter. Upload the same night. Stay tuned for part 2.